Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're at St David's Church, which is in Llangeview. Now I stumbled upon this church by pure chance, by pure luck, and I'm very glad I did. This church is owned and looked after by the Friends of the Friendless Churches. Now this is a little charity that I never knew existed before I actually came to this church, and they have about 60 churches in their care at the minute, which are spread around Wales and England. Now, I won't talk too much about the charity. I've already become a member, and it's about £30 for the whole year, which goes towards looking after these churches. And they need volunteers for different stuff. So I've offered my services. So I'm waiting to hear back from them. And, an easy thing I can do is go to their churches, do a video, and link their website to my actual video. But until they say they want me to, because they might not want to be associated with me, which would be fair enough, I won't do that. I'll just mention the charity just for now, so you know who I'm talking about. So they've actually got quite a few churches around this area that they look after. So I'm going to go, very soon to these other ones and make videos as well. And the beautiful thing about this is the doors are open. So often I go to a church and it's hit and miss if you can get in or not. Now this is a lovely little church, and it would have been originally in the middle of nowhere, like we're right in farmers' territory here. Unfortunately, in modern times, they've built a big road right next to it, so it's quite noisy. So I've turned the sound of the road down so you can actually hear me. The earliest mention of this church is back in 1254, but most of the building dates from the 15th century. The church has the shell of what would have been a rood loft, which originally housed a sculpture representing the crucifixion of Christ. As you can see, in this church there's a lot of use of wood, and it's believed that the most of it is from the 15th century. There's some lovely box pews here, which are probably from the 18th century. Now this type of pew was made for families and friends, I suppose, and you can actually buy these, and then you'd actually own that part of the church inside. And sometimes the church even rented it out so they can make a bit of money at the same time. There's some lovely features left in this church, like this little piano here, which I assume is the original one from this church. There's a really nice old door here, but it doesn't fit, so I'm not sure that's original to the church, but it definitely needs sealing, as the weather's going to come into this church. Here at the altar, it's very, very simple, and there's no stained glass windows here. They may have been ones here originally, but I'm not sure about that. There's quite a lot of nice ledger stones inside the church, and most appear to be from the 1700s. There are a few that are older than that here, and you would have to be quite important for this church to be buried underneath it. This one here is my favourite, and it appears that the date is from 1595. The church is very simple, and there's a couple of nice plaques on the wall, but I really do get farmer vibes around here. I think they would have been hard-working men who were God-fearing back in the day, and I can just imagine that they wanted to keep the church nice and simple because of that. So in general, this church is in a quite nice condition. It's a little bit dirty in here, and it looks like maybe it could do with a lick of paint. But it's obviously work in progress, and I think that's why the charity want volunteers so that they can actually keep the churches like nice and clean. So when visitors come, hopefully they'll enjoy the experience and then become a member themselves and help out that way. And as I always say, when you come and visit these churches, just bring some cash with you. There's always a little box somewhere, and this one has as well. And just leave a few quid or leave whatever you can. Quite a few of the churches I've visited have actual card readers, which is I don't like digital money, and I like cash is king. But to be honest, for these kind of churches where it's remote, it could be a really good thing, for the friends of friendless churches to invest in some card machines. Obviously, they're the experts, and maybe it's not viable to do that. But I just think it would be a lot easier for them and safer, and gives this charity instant money. So I'll go back outside now, and there's a lovely view here that I want to show you. So I left the sound volume on normal there, so you could hear how loud that road is. Um, it's absolutely horrendous. Like, how did we ever let people build roads so near to like these churches and stuff? It should never have been allowed. People in the council should be ashamed of themselves. So here we have the yew, and it's a really lovely one, a female one with all the berries on it. Now it's funny, the only thing on a yew tree that's not poisonous is apparently the berries, but even the birds don't seem to eat the berries. Now, is it because they know the seed inside those berries is actually poisonous, so they just don't risk it? I'll leave you now with some drone footage that I took. I'm not sure why it's so bright. It was quite a bright day, but something's wrong on my settings. So I had to try and sort it out. But anyway, yeah, it shows the views of the circular graveyard that surrounds this beautiful church.